So we could be getting the Ozo coming on through. I would love to see Ozo, Saw, Petal. Like, I want to see those three get picked up this game. That would make me extremely happy, but I don't know if that's actually going to be the way they go or not. It does look like it's going to be the Finn locked in, so this is looking pretty much like our first 3 games.
Yeah, so far the Finn has been a big priority, despite the fact that tanky items have been nerfed, still so effective. The fact that you can pull people in and your team has so much damage to follow it up.
It's not only that, but it's when we say that the tanky items have been nerfed, a lot of it is the defensive stat items, the armor and the shield items. Health items have not really been nerfed that heavily, and Finn is all about the health items, but a Flicker and a Fortress gonna be coming on through here for the side of Starboys. That, maybe the win condition is just getting as much mobility as possible, because you've got now a Glaive, a Catherine that both have the ability to dive on deep, and now a Fortress and a Flicker that can both provide movement speed to the rest of the team.
Dude, I'd love to see something like a Jewel or a Rona with this kind of composition, just like help them just jump onto that backline and do some damage. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways. Yates is still on the board, let's bear in mind. He's been banned every single other draft. Is open and available. We have seen Yates used as a carry typically in the last couple of patches. He was more captain than carry, but people have definitely made Yates carry work.
Yeah, I would love to see Yates come out here, but you know, when you look at the fact that he was left open, like this is the first time he's been left open. He's pretty much been permabanned otherwise, so it's a bit interesting to see. But I mean,
Reza.
It is the Reza. They were hovering the Reza for a while, so it makes a lot of sense that they would lock that one in at the end. But again, with this Flicker and the Fortress, and this composition is just all in. There is no retreat on this side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say, bold from XenoTek to lock in a Celeste as your last pick when you've just seen that they're going as all in as they possibly can. That's a bold pickup as the final one. Let's remember, this is the battle for 3rd place. Everything is on the line when it comes to pride. Nobody wants to go home without a win.
It comes to pride, and pretty much only pride for this one, because we know that it is winner take all. So neither of them are going to be able to take home any of the prize money that's up for grabs, but that pride, you know, we know some Vainglory players are very, very prideful, and this means a lot to them.
That's very true, and it's about time to find out who the most prideful is. I'm excited to see Starboy's roster in this one. It's Starboi against XenoTek. It's the 3rd place match. I'm passing it to Humanist and Xscoundrel once more.
Now for the most hypoo matchup of all time, as both teams look to play to their win conditions. My name's Humanist, I'm joined once again by Xscoundrel, and we're ready to get this one underway.
All right, this is the hypest match of the evening, worth absolutely nothing, but the most
It's worth for 3rd place, battle for 3rd place.
Yeah, which is worth nothing.
We'll get into the details later. Sure feels like it's going to be worth something. Glaive first to fall. Now they're looking for Chuck. Chuck goes down starting as well. It's a bloodbath over here in the mid lane.
I love it when we have level 1 action. It is absolutely monstrous. And XenoTek's team just cleaned house there. They have strictly the higher damage output at this point in the game. Just heavy hitting Silvernail. Celeste even getting a couple of those supernovas off in that team fight because everybody was so clumped up. And suddenly XenoTek has put himself in a great position. They're super strong, able to rotate into the enemy crystal side jungle. And already things going off to a great start for these guys.
Yeah, maybe Team Starboy's win condition was play to the point where it looks like we're losing, and then we'll be just fine.
And I am memeing. This is the battle for 3rd place, by the way. So the winner of this will actually get the 3rd place position in the All-Stars opening weekend, which is it's worth pride, you know. Like Munch said, it's being not last, which is important.
Well,
you know?
depending, I don't know if it's worth the money either. We'll get into that in just a second. It looks like the Golden Knight Lance is taken down. Have mercy, starting all over, also taking that crystal buff as well.
So Starboi talked a little bit about his 1 win condition. I think he might have been memeing, as in, like, you know, with just this 1 trick. But I'm trying to work out what their win condition actually is.
They just say that because everybody on the desk always says win condition when they're talking about analysis. So it's a joke among pro players.
I thought he was making a joke of, you know, like, your doctor knows this 1 trick to help. I'm not gonna make that comment.
That's too next level.
yeah. I'm not gonna make that comment. I know we're memeing a little bit because it's
you and Munch. You're like, oh, I've got a funny joke. I'm not gonna say it on broadcast though. Oh, you better tweet it out at least.
I might tweet it out later.
Right.
But anyway, win conditions are important to talk about, though. I mean, it is a word that you need to be very well aware of. Is this just a
Talk
dive
about the
win
5
condition?
versus 1 win condition. Oh no! iJet still went down. iJet has to learn how to juggle the turret aggro. They won't be able to find a kill, so it's a 1-for-1 trade though with a 5-man rotation.
Is this literally just 5-man rotation roaming gank squads? Is this what?
I mean, look at it. It's
Starboy's
4-3. Net worth advantage, almost dead even. It's hard to say that this isn't working.
I mean, it might be working now. Let's come back in 5 minutes and see if it's working. They lost the mid lane turret. They're going to lose the bot lane turret because no one's been in those lanes. The roaming death squad, although it has got a couple of kills here and there, probably not best placed if these macro objectives start to rotate out of control.
So you have to wonder if, well, let's see, Zip being rotated in on the Celeste is really the game changer here.
I think no.
Who stepped out?
I think it was Hams. I think was it Hans?
Habs.
Habs. Yeah, it was Habs. Habs subbed out. I think whilst this tactic of just dive Chuck over and over again seems to be the tactic of it seems to be the tactic that Starboy's going with. This simply looks like a composition to troll Chuck. I think you could have played anything mid, and given the way that Starboi is rotating, you're naturally going to get an advantage on the rest of the map regardless. This is a composition purely designed to troll Chuck.
I mean, if you can make Chuck look bad, I say get her done. Chuck 1 and 3 in the first 4.5 minutes. They're looking for more max green. We'll definitely be dying. Who else will be? Is it going to be Chuck? Will they lose too? Place your bets. Chuck goes down. Starboi able to make his way out. Outplayed, staying under the turret. Will be able to get himself out as well. Scoundrel.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like Starboi is concerned with turrets. His team doesn't seem to be concerned with global objectives. Doesn't even seem to be concerned with anything outside of the top lane where Chuck is playing Lance. This is a anti-Chuck composition. And look, if your win condition is kill Chuck, you've activated that win condition 4 times already. 100% of your kills are Chuck. So if this wins you the game, more power to you.
Yeah,
You've done a great job.
You crush Chuck, and the rest of the team can't carry hard enough. I don't see how Team Starboi loses at this point. I mean, they're almost playing as if they were a Team Langley.
I think it's impossible for them to lose. I think it is a well-known fact in Vainglory that if you kill Chuck 12 times in a game, the inbuilt code of Vainglory immediately gifts you the win.
Did you know if Flicker goes invisible while the wolves are out from Attack of the Pack, he'll stay permanently invisible?
I didn't know that.
I lied to you, but you just ate it up. Crystal Treant being fought over, starting all over. We'll secure that one. Now moving on to Chuck. It's the win condition activated one more time. The block's there. He won't be stunned with the afterburn. In fact, PvP Warrior holding back the wave as it moves on forward. TiVo is here as well. Now Xeno Tech collapsing around the backside. They'll find the glaive now, looking for the flicker. Starting all over. Will try to get himself back, but TiVo with the jump jets isn't enough. Healing Flask keeps starting all over. Alive for now. They've lost 3 on the side of Team Starboi, starting all over, trying to import back. It's not going to be enough. He's taken down TiVo with the outplays.
You see, your problem was there that you didn't kill Chuck. And therefore, if you don't kill Chuck, your win condition's gone down the drain. And unfortunately, if they had killed Chuck, I mean, that team fight might have gone in a different way. But unfortunately, they didn't.
We're talking about what they were doing, but let's talk about what Chuck is doing. Imagine the perspective of Chuck just seeing 5 heroes coming at you consistently. You build a crucible. You're the Golden Knight Lance. You know, you're just dancing at this point.
I mean, he has kited pretty well. I'm not going to lie to you, Humanist. But unfortunately, in real terms, the rest of XenoTek's team are just, at this point, just too far ahead. Look at them just pushing that bot lane. Chuck is the target.
Warrior making it go. Chuck with the Githian wall to end all Githian walls. PvP Warrior trying to continue to hold the rest of the team back. iJet's max green will be able to get themselves out of here, but that's another 2 kills going the way of Team XenoTek. They sure have turned up since last game.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough one. I think they really had all odds stacked up against them, Humanists. I genuinely think that this was a really serious game in which you can see Starboy's team have really... they must have consulted Viz on the win conditions for this draft, because they obviously had a very direct influence in terms of their ultimate win condition. They're going for it again.
See, the wolves are out. Let's see if Max Green goes invis. I told you that it would remain permanent. We'll see if that is the truth. He's only level 5 though. Maybe that's not going to work. The chase forward, poke onto this creation NA guy. Not sure who that is. Starting all over. He's in, but he's a troublemaker, and he's right back out.
You can see they're setting up a trap.
Setting up for Chuck.
Pull
the trigger! Chuck got off! Man, gets in water! Chuck will be able to get himself back. They lose 1, they lose 2. Chuck can't be stopped. I've never seen someone make plays like that. 4 versus 1. The greatest of all time, Sir Chuck.
Unfortunately, that window of opportunity that I think Starboi's team had to win the game has very swiftly passed. They needed to kill Chuck at least 4 more times before that 10-minute mark, and I just don't think that they're gonna have the time to do so.
You can't kill. He's got 2 pairs of boots now.
I know, 2 pairs of boots. That means he is double the speed, Humanist.
He's
and
twice as fast.
He's twice as fast. I don't know if you know, but Lance has got 2 feet, so it makes perfect sense to have 2 sets of boots in this situation.
They said based off the lore, one of them is actually a peg leg.
Really? Which of the shoes do you think goes in the peg leg?
Based off lore, it's going to be the right leg. And you see his Chuck with that Githyan wall, a little off balance there. That's what it comes down to. Flicker, though, first to fall here. Starboi going toe-to-toe with Chuck. It looks like the game plan starting to fall apart over here. Starboi floundering around like a fish out of water. Will be rounded up and eventually chopped down. Although Team XenoTek playing with their food a little bit will feed that kill over to their captain. Got to be supportive of XenoTek after drafting them onto the squad.
Teleport boots out from Max Green. Now, I tell you how this is going to influence the game, Humanist. This is going to allow Max Green to teleport for a better flanking location onto Chuck. The ultimate win condition for Starboi's team to activate. And these teleport boots are going to help them out. You can see even Outplayed has got one as well. And has Jets. All of them picking up these teleport boots. They know that if Chuck walks over one of these scout cams that they have placed in the base or in the bottom side jungle, I can bet your bottom dollar that they're all going to teleport on top of him.
I don't see how Chuck could get out of that one. That's a lot of rotations coming on through, and you know, once again, back looking at the net worth here, not really reflective of the power that Team Starboi can bring to this match.
Look at the teleport, they're going for it!
They're going to try to end this one right here, right now, and you look at the damage coming out onto the Vein Crystal. I mean, these guys are really just chunking it away.
Oh, Jesus, Mike.
Will be swiftly losing if they can't get back to defend this invulnerable Vein Crystal. I mean, well, I don't know what defense has been built up over this Vein Crystal, just so strong and tanky right now. Chuck debating back to the healing platform. Chuck's done it. They find 2, looking for more. Chuck with a knockback. He's outplayed not only Team Starboi but all Starboi fans across the universe. The greatest of all time. Once again, Chuck coming through. That'll be an ace for Team XenoTek. And after dropping some really tough games earlier in the day, this is the comeback you were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, look. It seems like with those teleport boots, they kind of forgot the rules of Vainglory here. I think they were hoping to activate that secret 5-kill Chuck win condition, which basically exposes your Vein Crystal at any given time. But unfortunately, they couldn't get the kill onto Chuck to make it happen. So they were going for that Vein Crystal. They couldn't expose that win condition. It was so close.
4-man Githyan Walu into the 3-man Impale. Chuck cannot be stopped. This squad is ready to end this game out right here, right now. Call the time that the Vein Crystal explodes, the Scoundrel. I'm giving you a chance to be a prophet.
12:05.
12:05. Tick-tock, tick-tock. As Team XenoTek gets onto that Vein Crystal right here, right now.
They're backing off. Oh,
Blackclaw has landed, you know? Wouldn't be surprised if they get back there. Go ahead and get that clean Blackclaw take into the push, and it looks like you're going to be wrong.
I was so wrong. I was so wrong. They just didn't go for the Vein
What a
Crystal.
bad guess, Scoundrel.
I know. I'm just a terrible, terrible, terrible analyst.
Maybe if you study the game a little bit more, you'd be able to make some of these predictions a little bit more carefully. Oh, but PvP Warriors in, trying to end it with these right clicks. This may be the opportunity that Team Langley Lang was looking for. Starboi leading the chase. Attack of the pack and the Wolves are out. They're chasing forward onto Chuck, but 2 pairs of boots in the combat role. They can't lock him down, and they may have overextended here. This is going to be a close one, but it looks like Team XenoTek has taken the advantage to start things off. They find 2. Everything is crumbling. PvP Warrior stays. I mean, this guy's hitting like a truck right now. Look at the Finn.
He's a little bit afraid of the only teleport boots double contract Starboi right now. I would be too. That guy with this build hits like a monster. Chuck, the primary target, now shows his face in the lion's den. That might be a mistake for Xeno. They could potentially throw the game from this position.
That build with this guy. Creation NA continuing to chase. He might have walked right into a trap. They debated. He never saw it coming. The fool.
Well, it is just a few basic attacks away. We might find ourselves at the end of the game here. It was a valiant attempt by Starboi's team, but unfortunately just couldn't activate the 12 kill Chuck win condition that they were going for. And you know, unfortunately this happens, Humanist. You run a risky win condition strat like this, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
32 kills in 13 minutes. Wow, that's impressive stuff. And you know, you'd imagine we're gonna see more of that to come with these all-star squad lineups here. But let's keep this train rolling and throw it back over to the desk with Tasty Bacon and Munchables.